At full charge. You can see it. Where's our rock road? Hey, you heard that smack. Probably done this 100 times to each one. Not a scratch on it. Check the battery. Oh, whoops. Oh, man. It activated the flashlight for me. I had to turn it off. So, let's get our phone out. Oh. My broke-ass old people phone. It's charging. Yeah. It takes the abuse. And my little ditch. Alright. Hopefully we can find it after the snow comes. Here comes the real stuff. Three days later, got some snow and that's gone. Let's see if it even held a charge. Yeah, it is full. Frogs, man, never gets old. What is going on, grunts? Finishing up another property patrol. I thought this might be a good time to talk about power. No, not this one and not that one. We were talking about some mobile power. These are the power banks from Dark Energy. Doesn't that name sound cool as hell? I mean, Dark Energy. That's like some dark web, I don't know, space age, freaking whatever, AI, cool stuff. They sent out a couple of their battery packs for me. That's just what I call them. And I'm going to talk about the good, bad, and the ugly, what I like, okay? There's not much to say about battery banks. There's 1,000 of them out there. But the selling point to these is how tough they are, okay? So it's, you know, they brag about an aircraft grade aluminum, whatever that means, because you can actually close this completely. Now, not just a wimpy flap, but a flap. You see what this one's been through. You actually have gaskets in there, kind of like your GoPro covers, all right? So once you close that, it actually seals them. So you have a IP6, I believe, rating, you know, and it is a tough case. So I've purposely beat the crap out of them, and yeah, dude, they're tough. They're tough just like they say. Now, they did send out an extra one to me because they wanted me to shoot at it. 10,200, right? That's the rating on both of these. Now, that sounds like a lot, but when you have like these tough phones that have a 10,000 friggin' milliamp hour battery, you know, that's going to give me one charge on this. However, this is my outdoor rugged tough phone. I only pull it out to double check grids and stuff. Let me turn it off. And because this is a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, it will last for days, okay? I'm not scrolling through Facebook and TikTok and all this other stuff. It's just for phone use, okay? So I will actually get a week out of this on one charge. So having one of these on me is more for the GoPro, which you guys are watching me through. Charge the batteries up in that on the go. And that's pretty much it. I have used them a lot for my regular phone, you know, the wimpy old, I don't know, 2,500 milliamp hour batteries. These things are horrible. If you're not scrolling through apps and stuff all day long, you can actually get days out of them. But as it turns out, we've gone back to the landline days. So many people have to have their phone plugged in all the time. Might as well not even have a cell phone. I digress. So I think you can see the craftsmanship on this one a little bit better. They gave me a camo color for one, just because, well, you know, camo dude. Here's some cool info for you. It tells you what everything does. But you see that airplane symbol? They have calculated your watt hours for you. So when you travel with this, airlines do have a watt hour max, you know, so if you're flying with a GoPro, battery, cell phone, battery pack, drones and stuff, those watt hours are going to start to add up, okay? There's a simple calculation you can do online. It's very easy to Google that, but it's kind of cool that they actually calculate that for you, okay? So if the overpaid TSA agent even has a clue about that regulation, you can simply show them right here, boom, this one's already calculated for you, all right? The other devices they're gonna have to calculate. So that's a cool little extra tidbit they gave you. Now let's take a look on the inside. So you've got your speed out, which charges pretty quickly. It is a C input. Outstanding. They also give you at least one C charger, right? Pretty decent cable. It works fine. It's held up with my abuse. You can strap this to stuff either with an S-beaner or some 550 cord so you don't lose it. I've seen people dangle these off of their bags. I do have a S-beaner somewhere I could snap it to. Not like I'd want it hanging off of there anyway. So this one is called the Poseidon. All right, maybe this is the smaller version. I would honestly like to have a bigger one with more capacity. Oh, you've also got rubber stops on the corners. That's been handy because I've dropped them on concrete a whole bunch. They do give you some of the gimmicky stuff, like the little flashlight on there. You've got a button where you can check your battery capacity right there, and you got your LEDs. But they do give you one of these silly little flashlights that people like to play with. Uh-oh. Oh, that's the battery one. So you got on and flash. You know, for some reason, all of the tech companies are doing this. I don't know who told them this is mandatory, okay? I will never use that. I will never use the one on my Baofengs. I would never use the light on this. But if that's a selling point for you, way to go. If you're down to one light indicator, your flashlight's not going to work. So just keep that in mind. And it's going to flash the battery thing for you once you actually turn that light on. So see, it tells me the light is on. In case you accidentally turn it on in your pocket, you see your lights on. Oh, you see this LED light. What? Why is it? Why are we dead? Oh, wait, there we go. Lights on. Totally waterproof, like they say. They can handle all the rugged conditions. They are heavy duty. I mean, it's like a brick in your hand. So, but it's light enough to actually bring out to the field. It's not like these giant ones that I would carry. And for a couple days out doing stuff, basic camping, patrolling, OPs and such, this is totally fine. Now, one thing I do not like, it'll hold a charge in the cold and when I leave them in snow and water for the heck of it, but overall, it will not hold a charge very long. So I think I started carrying the black one, and yeah, there's a lot more abuse on this one. So I had been carrying the black one around the most, and then I would kind of forget about this one. And so probably a week goes by and I go dig this one out. Oh, let's check this one out. And it's totally dead. Okay, so that's a bummer. I don't know what kind of technology this uses, but most of the other battery packs out there these days, they'll go weeks, and some of them, they will last months and still hold a charge. My Anchor, my small Anchor 10,000 milliamp hour freaking thing, that thing will go months and holding almost a full charge. So a week and this thing is drained, that's kind of a bummer. That's a big letdown. So just something to keep in mind. You know, they're great for the price and they're very useful and they are tough. They will hold up. But if you haven't used yours in a while, say it's sitting in your chest rig like mine is, I usually keep this one right here in the front pouch. So it's also warm against my body and not getting drained unnecessarily. So let's say it is part of your loadout, you know, and your loadout's by the door or wherever it is. Before you actually go out for that mission where you might need that, we call this PCC's PCI, pre-combat checks and inspections, okay? That's gonna definitely be one of your night before PCCs. You're definitely gonna wanna pull this thing out the night before the mission and get it nice and charged up, because chances are if it's been sitting in your kit for a couple days, more than a week, it might be dead. That is a bummer. They also make a really cool portable solar panel, and what I do like about it, it is tiny. You can get a decent charge. You're not going to get 100 friggin' watts out of it like the larger ones, because it's all about the size. But it is small and light. You will get some kind of charge out of it, especially if you're in a static position and you have sun. While you're sitting there, that's just part of your actions. Pull the panel out, set it out, hook your battery up, or hook your phone up, and you've got some charging happening. But because of the size and the technology where we're at, with my regular standard Android phone, I would average about 5% gained on my phone per hour, and that's in good sunlight. And then on my tough phone, I couldn't get more than 2% charged every hour, okay? So an emergency situation, that's not bad, right? You know, if you're in a survival situation and you're just hanging around anyway, waiting for help, and you need to get a charge in your phone to try to make an emergency call, that's not terrible. One thing to remember, dirty solar panels do not operate as well. That's an obstruction, okay? So I was getting 2% per hour, mainly because it's dirty. So for some reason they gave it to me rolled up that way. So I kept doing that, and being a dummy, just threw it on the ATV, didn't think about protecting it. It's all right though. Now we've got it. Okay, and if you think about the size of this panel, that's about the best we can do with the technology these days. I do like that you can tie it up on stuff, so I've mounted it to the front of my ATV before, so I get constant sun. And there are these 4 corners, okay, where it looks like there's some kind of specifically designed stick to put in there to stretch it out, because this thing rolls up so tight, you do have to force it to lay flat. That's kind of an issue. But either way, guys, this is a very decent piece of tech, okay? Not bad at all. So if you're in the market for one, go check them out. You know, I'm not paid by them, not sponsored. They just send them out to play with me. Besides the minor problems I talked about, not a big deal. For the price, it's not a total deal breaker. And appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Out. Mission planning, principles, leadership, and tactics. Land navigation, area studies, op orders, first aid and medical sustainment, communications, general fitness, and warrior fitness. The Grunt Proof Academy has it all. This full-on course will teach you everything you need to know to get out in the field and start operating, as well as how to build and lead your own unit training. And for the busy guys who can't travel, we have a complete course online full of seminars that'll get you going. I've teamed up with a few other experts to get you guys trained and educated. Check out the link down in the description and get registered for courses now. See you out there.